Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you guys 3 days of yummy, healthy eating, and every recipe is vegan, vegetarian, or pescatarian, and everything is super easy to make and super delicious. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. So I started off with a big glass of water in the morning, and then I wasn't feeling too hungry on Monday, so I decided to make a green smoothie. I just started off with some frozen mango and frozen pineapple. This is going to make it nice and sweet and taste really yummy. And then I added about a heaping tablespoon of plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. After that, I added a small handful of baby kale. And then I went in with a little splash of this mango passion fruit juice and then finished it off with some water and then just blended it up, and it made a super yummy green smoothie. For lunch, I just wanted to make a bowl using up some of the ingredients I had in my fridge, and I think that's what I usually end up doing. So I started out with these 2 sweet mini peppers and just chopped them up, and then I also chopped up 1 zucchini, and I threw all of this into a pan with a little bit of olive oil. I just let the veggies saute for a couple of minutes, and then I added a little bit of salt and pepper just to season them, and that's pretty much it. I served this on a little bit of spinach and some plain white rice that I had left over. I spooned on the veggies, and then I added a big spoon of these black-eyed peas, and all I did for these was take a frozen bag of black-eyed peas and just cook them in some water and a tomato, just a little chopped up tomato, and let that cook for about 15 minutes. I just topped it off with some avocado, and it was so good. I'm also guilty of eating a tiny piece of this cheesecake my mom made, but I'm a sucker for my mom's cooking. So my mom and I cooked dinner together and started off by sauteing some spinach, onion, and garlic together. Then we added a little bit of milk to the pan and then melted in a little bit of Parmesan cheese when that was all heated up. Then we threw in these grilled shrimps that we literally just stuck on a pan with some salt and pepper and served that with rice and some mixed veggies. And we got this recipe from this really good Tuscan shrimp recipe, and it always turns out so good. I also went to the gym later that night, and my dinner kept me super full and energized. So Tuesday morning started off with another big glass of water, and I was pretty hungry, so I toasted up one of these thin bagels. This is the everything flavor, and then I just spread on some whipped cream cheese to both sides. On one half of the bagel, I added about 1/4 of a mashed avocado with just a little bit of salt and pepper mixed in. And then I topped that half with a couple slices of tomato. And then I topped the other half with some slices of cucumber. And it was just a super filling, super yummy breakfast. And a little bit after that, I also went to the gym and left being a little hungry, so I grabbed some frozen yogurt, just decided to treat myself, and it was super yummy. But when I got back, I definitely wanted a good lunch, so I chopped up a small head of broccoli, and then I just threw this into the pan. So while the broccoli was cooking, I just cut up about 1/4 of a block of tofu into cubes, and I threw this right into the pan with the broccoli. And then I added about a handful of super yummy snow peas, which is one of my favorite veggies. And I just let this cook on the pan for a couple of minutes. While the veggies were cooking, I just got some of these rice noodles, and they're so easy to cook. I literally just threw them into some boiling water for about a minute, and then just drained it and stuck it into the pan with all the veggies and topped it with this super good Trader Joe's soyaki sauce, which is probably one of my favorite sauces of all time. Honestly, I eat it on everything, and this is how it turned out. For dinner, I decided to go with a bit of a Mediterranean-inspired bowl, which I kind of mentioned before. I just eat a lot of bowls with veggies and leftovers that I have. I just love it. So I started off by chopping 2 bell peppers, 1 orange and 1 green, and then making a bit of a sauce for them. So I just added some olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, which yes, it is in a Perrier bottle, and then some salt and pepper, and I just mixed that all together. Then I just threw all of the bell peppers onto a tray with some parchment paper on top and drizzled the olive oil mixture all over it, and I threw this right into the oven at 425 degrees for 30 minutes. While the bell peppers were cooking, I just added 2 cups of water and 1 cup of bulgur wheat into a pot. I threw in about half of a chopped up zucchini and half a cup of frozen mixed vegetables, and then just covered this up and let it cook for about 10 minutes or until all the water was soaked up. I also took the salmon fillet and covered it with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and threw that in for the last 15 minutes of the bell pepper cooking. And then I just assembled my bowl. So I got some bulgur wheat, some of the bell peppers, topped it with some chopped cucumbers and chopped tomatoes, a little bit of the salmon, and some hummus. So Wednesday started off as a bit of a lazy food day. I just had some leftover bulgur, leftover black-eyed peas, some chopped tomato, and a scrambled egg on top, which is a lot of lunch foods, but I just ate it for breakfast. Then I went to the gym, had a nice workout, and then went to Trader Joe's, where I ate one of these super good vegan chocolate chip cookies. When I got home, I had some sweet cantaloupe, and then by dinner, I was definitely hungry because it had been a lot of snacking. So I started off by chopping up an onion and a tomato, blending it together and throwing it into a pan for about 10 minutes so it could cook. Then chopped up about 2 heads of broccoli, a couple of these little baby potatoes, and I just cut them into little quarters. Then I cut up some cauliflower, got some baby carrots ready, and added in some of these sugar snap peas. And I'm going to make a really yummy yellow Thai-inspired curry. So when the onion and tomato mixture got to this color, I added in my veggies and let them saute for a minute. And while that was cooking, I just got some white rice, rinsed it off, and then threw that into a rice cooker. Then I got back to my veggies and seasoned them with some turmeric, a little bit of curry powder, some salt, and just a little bit of sugar, probably about a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Then I went in with about half a can of this organic coconut milk from Trader Joe's and about half a cup of this organic whole milk. I also added about this much water, which ended up being about half a cup, and then I added a little bit more later. I chopped up a block of firm tofu and threw that into the curry. And just let this simmer for a couple of minutes, and it's so delicious. I served this up to my whole family with a little bit of steamed white rice, and it was just so good. Everyone loved it so much. I just topped this off with a little bit of fresh herbs, and it was such a good wintry dinner. It's just super warm and cozy and delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.